What single human has done the most damage to the progression of humanity in the history of mankind? Guy de Chauliac. He was a surgeon in the 1300s who vehemently spoke out against another fellow surgeon, Theodoric Bognani. Theodoric was a surgeon who wrote about his theories on proper wound care and believed that the best thing you can do to a wound is wrap it and keep it clean. Guy hated that Theodoric was writing because it directly went against the teachings of Galen, an ancient Greek surgeon who believed pus was the body's way of balancing your humors. Guy's teachings were widely accepted, and it's believed that his ignorance set the development of antisepsis in surgery back about 600 years. Trofim Lysenko, a Soviet biologist who thought Gregor Mendel was a reactionary whose thoughts had no place in the Soviet Union. He tried to reinvent agricultural practices to maximize productivity, having farmers put seeds very close together under his belief that plants who belong to the same class will not compete for nutrients. Was a reactionary whose thoughts had no place in the Soviet Union. He tried to reinvent agricultural practices to maximize productivity, having farmers put seeds very close together under his belief that plants who belong to the same class will not compete for nutrients. He was given the Order of Lenin 8 times for his pseudoscience. While his theories contributed to deaths of millions through famines that plagued the USSR, later he was finally discredited after Stalin's death. But then Mao Zedong adopted his practices, which helped cause the Great Chinese Famine. Thomas Midgley Jr. in 1921. This guy that discovered the tetraethyl lead could be used as an anti-knocking fuel additive for cars. It satisfied the needs of oil companies at that time. Because it worked, was cheap, and was patentable for the purpose, but it was also incredibly toxic, and burning leaded gasoline was hugely pollutive. Eventually, after the creation of the EPA and an oil crisis in the mid-70s, leaded gas was banned in 1996. But the damage was done. Interestingly, the guy didn't even show up for the occasion when the first customer filled up their car with leaded gas, because he was at home sick and lead poisoned. The Mongolians, army of Lago, when they destroyed Baghdad's libraries that contained many of the past knowledge that set back humanity years. Hypothetically, the unnamed inventor of flexible glass, vitriflexile, bought a drinking bowl made of the material before Tiberius Caesar. The bowl was put through a test to break it, but it merely dented. Rather than shattering, the inventor repaired the bowl easily with a small hammer. According to Petronius, after the inventor swore that he was the only man alive who knew the manufacturing technique, Tiberius had the man executed. He feared that the glass would devalue gold and silver since the material might be more valuable. Sheikh al-Islam. I heard of this guy after hearing someone on TV complain about how this man set the Islamic world back by centuries. In 1515, the age of the Ottoman Empire, he, a learned scholar of the kingdom, issued a decree that forbade printing press and made using it punishable by death. That stupid fish that decided to leave water.